A hot summer day. It is hot, and I could spend the rest of this video talking about how hot it is, but you know me, I don't like complaining about the weather. I just get my work done. And I have been working on a container project. I have had some success, but then, you know, duty calls. I have a bunch of other tasks that I must perform, but here you go. I've been dealing with organization. This was an outcome of the flood. Just some stuff just got left on the floor, and then water got in this container, and it caused me to get a lot of stuff wet, stuff that I didn't want to get wet. So I bought some shelves and just getting some organization. Let me turn on the lights here. Maybe we can see a little better. This is just one of my little power stations that I use, and it provides an outlet for these lights and for my fan to get some circulation. It is kind of hot in here. Here's another project I'm working on. I bought some used solar panels. Maybe we'll do a video on that one day, but things have got rearranged for me this summer. My GoFast wrapper. So I've been organizing. This is for my kindling. I buy these solar batteries, and they come in these foam things, and I've been repurposing them for storage. And I keep some of my giveaways for people that stop by and visit. I always try to make sure they leave with something. I still got some more work to do here. But because of deliveries, production, the bad weather, I have shelved the task of cleaning up this container, of organizing it, until I got a new shelf. And I thought I will put this in the work too. We'll get that set up inside the container, and we will get even more organized. It is amazing what you will find at the end of a street sometimes. We were moving my daughter into her new apartment, and there was one of these sitting out on the sidewalk with "free" on it, and you can't beat the price. Other things I have going on today, I have to load my truck with oak. And I've had a couple of campfire people, and I've been picking through all of this, and man, there's a lot of poplar in it. I've been sorting out the oak and what I would consider value-added firewood, which is the correct length. All of this wood came from the International Firewood Expo, and there is some good maple in here. That's what I really like right here. That would be something I could sell to a restaurant. And today I will probably be loading oak. This is oak that I have cherry picked out of the pile. That will be going into my truck. I'll be running the 405. I have it loaded up with a run of cherry. My rows are kind of full. And this is the cherry. You know, we had a lot of cherry that was wasted. I've been getting the mudwood out of here, bringing in, producing new stuff, getting it stacked. And then down here is what's remaining from here up is remaining of sellable cherry. And this was the seasoned row we've been pulling from, and what's left behind is the mudwood. And I have my help coming in this morning. We're going to get this trailer loaded for a delivery later this week. So all this wood here is seasoned. It's ready to go. Except from up here, this is the mudwood. So I have been looking around for some more oak, and I have found it. There's some oak in this pile. This is all from the International Firewood Expo, and most of it's buried in the back. And I thought I'll get my Timberwolf 16-foot conveyor. We'll get it stuck back in the corner. That'll help me get the oak out. I'll put my truck underneath it, and we can load it up like that. And I'm here to tell you, I have been suffering some serious firewood shoulder lately, and there is only one known cure for firewood shoulder, and that's a conveyor. So that's our task today. I got to get loaded for deliveries next week. I'm going to take advantage of the early morning before it gets super hot, and it is hot right now. Running the Japa, getting cherry production going, getting it stacked, and we'll just get ready for the coming week, guys. All right, here we go. So I will take the shelf out. We'll leave it right here. We'll deal with this later. Let me go down here. We're going to throw in this oak right here. And then we're going to head down around the corner and get onto that conveyor. This guy asked if I had oak. And I says, yeah. I said, it's not dry. He said, that's fine with him. And I said, well, then that's fine with me. I can still charge a premium because, what the heck, it's oak. And this oak is from the Expo. It is got a ways to go. The guy knew that, so who am I to complain, huh? We can get this wood out of here and open up space and clean this yard up, man. I just hate looking at all that wood laying on the ground. And I remember seeing a piece here. Oh, here's one. Here's one. Okay. I remember throwing all these out when I was in the pile. So all of this is oak, and I can put this in. One of the things I learned about value-added firewood is you do not want to mix oak in with all of your other hardwoods. And that's why we sort by species. The oak is kept by itself because it's on its own drying program. If you split this stuff the same time you split ash, maple, cherry, and you throw it all in together, the oak is going to put the customer's fire out. So if you're going to mix hardwoods, you should have your oak, in a different area of your yard, and you can then throw it in after it's seasoned. But in this case, we're giving the customer what he wants. This is the Timberwolf 16-footer, and we will be plopping oak right into the truck, and I'll be hand loading it. This is going to be a half a cord, but this Timberwolf conveyor, it got underwater during the flood. The engine was submerged and filled up with water, and I've drained it, put in new oil, drained it, put in new oil. It seems to be fine. The hydraulic tank did not take in water. I think we dodged a bullet there. The level on it is exactly where it was to begin with. So we will just fire this up, and I will be digging out oak in this pile, chucking it into here until we get a nice amount that I can start sorting into the back of the truck. All right, well, let's watch this conveyor work, guys. Looks like fun. And I'm in the shade. Here we go. Okay, this thing is a big help. There's no denying that. It works great. It's quiet. I like the rubber belt. I guess, you know, from my experience, those chain-driven conveyors are pretty loud and clanky, but, you know, they're going to last forever. These require more maintenance. But they are definitely quieter and smoother, and I have picked just about all the oak that I can find in this pile of expo wood. I'll get all this sorted. I got some other oak over here, another oak up there, but I'll spare you the monotony of loading up a truck. Let me just walk on up here and we'll show you what else we got planned for the day. This is that hickory. It's no good. It's nasty. Guys, this mudwood is disgusting, man. It is just, you pull it out and there's ants on it, you know, and it's just this gross, wet mud. And it is still wet. Gosh, it hasn't helped given all this rain that we've had, you know. But I got to get busy with production. This is all the next oak that will be produced. Got some really nice looking straight logs. All the oak will be going into here. This is my log supply, and guess what? I was talking with a certain retired log hauler who still has a for sale sign on his truck, who may be stopping by one day to lower this pile for me, to help me out. That is way up in the air for my little tractor to reach. It's kind of dangerous. But when I look at this supply of logs, there's not as much firewood here as I thought there would be. You got to remember, these logs are cut short. They should be, you know, all the way out to here, 20 plus feet long, and they're not. And now I've also run into a number of logs that I got to get out the chainsaw because they're too big or too crooked. This one here's got a branch I got to get cut off too, which means this end won't go through the machine. And then from there, getting this cherry run through the table. Oh, we have a new addition to the yard. A new mama killdeer who decided to put her nest right here in Grand Central Station. And the other thing I want to show you is me and my helper did a clean out on the 405, and we got all of this mess cleaned up. And the platform flips up too, so we can get underneath it, because the sawdust acquires, and I think it serves a purpose to keep it clean, because if you do spring a leak, you can catch it sooner, because these hoses will shake loose. I go about every month, I come through with my crescent wrench just to make sure everything's tight, especially on the saw motor, and cleaning out from under the perfect clean. I keep a tarp under there, it just helps cleaning out. All right, so there you go. Firewood production, firewood delivery, and firewood cleanup on a hot summer morning. Whew, boy. Okay guys, I hope you like this, and I will continue to try to give you more of a day in the life of a firewood delivery service. All right everyone, have a great day.